Alrighty guys, welcome back to Starfield as an average citizen. Don't forget, we are a Freestar native, so we're limited to Freestar space. That's Narion, that's Cheyenne, and that's Voli. We can travel outside of there, but we can only build in those 3 star systems. So here we are on our second outpost that we left off on, Kodos. Now, we're just checking inventory. All this is coming from the first outpost that we built, which we are sucking all 4 resources that moon has to offer into one outpost. So, maximizing that extremely. So, neodymium, beryllium, aluminum, and helium-3 we're all getting from our first outpost, and it's getting sent here. But, ultimately, let's be honest, I gotta put more storage down, because headroom is always great. I'm fine with how much room we have for the helium-3, so we'll leave that for now. And also, at the end of episode 1, we put down an adaptive frame fabricator, so that's going to be great for money, XP, and expansion in the future. Now, we left off at a level 5, we started this challenge out at a level 4 after all the Argos stuff in the intro, so we only gained 1 level. But ultimately, the science tree is really the only tree that's important to us right now, because we want botany, zoology, outpost engineering, and eventually planetary habitation. Being limited to 3 stars, we're really gonna have to make do with what we got. Because ultimately, planetary habitation is really limiting us from colonizing some really good planets right now. Skink, for instance, as I look at this, we got some really good resources on this planet, but it is an extreme environment, therefore rank 2 of planetary habitation. So we gotta start banging out some serious levels in episode 2 so we can start making our way down that science tree to eventually colonize some of these better planets. So I'm gonna let you in on my thought process on how we can go about that. Now, we could do transport missions, we could survey planets, or we could cheeseball adaptive frames. I think honestly we're gonna do a little bit of both, because I think I'm gonna need to ultimately cheeseball some adaptive frames just to get enough money for a hab. Let's look how much that is. Okay, so we need 1,300 bucks. Let's take some stuff that we don't need. Take the neodymium for now, because we really don't need any. I'm gonna save a couple, about 25. So we want 68, so we can save 25. And then we're gonna pretty much take all of our adaptive frames. Should probably build at least 1 more storage bin for this too. Oh, we can't. We need copper. See, I mean, that just shows how bad we need copper. We need a copper planet. So there is a lot we need to do right off the rip. Well, that changes things. Let's take our alkanes and argon too.
I've got room in my pack if you can't carry all of that.
We'll take 13. Oh shit, I didn't want to take all those. We'll save 20. Okay. So we should be able to get enough money for a hab. Where's Chicky at?
Did you need my help with some? Here, let me take that.
Oh shit, I need to give her more. I didn't realize I was that beefed out. So, off to Akila we go. We need to get a transport hab so we can start transporting people around to make some cash. We got a lot of our core resources. We got a beryllium, iron, aluminum, helium, alkanes, neodymium. But the problem is, we don't have a whole hell of a lot to sell. So I sell what we have, and then I realize that's not a lot of money. And that's a problem. Oh man, that's not good. Then an epiphany happens. I remember that my companions got my stuff, so I'm hopeful again. So we go back to the vendor. I'm thinking, yes, here comes the hab. One freaking dollar. So we're halfway there. Oh boy, here comes another epiphany. I got stuff in the frontier. So we sell some alkanes. We sling some helium-3, baby. We're not there yet. So then you know you're down bad when you start slinging the slippers, you start slinging the fire extinguisher, the chunks hat, but then I stumble across some ammo and I about shit myself. Wow, I didn't know I had all this ammo in the frontier. So then I do what any logical person would do, and I sell all the ammo that I have in the frontier, and then I proceed to go back to the vendors now that I have 1,800 credits, which it's not showing right now because I kind of did this in reverse and edited the sell first, selling the ammo first, and then buying second. Don't ask me why I did it, but regardless, you see it made up right here. I get some nickel, I get some silver, I get some tungsten, and I call it a day. Let's bounce, let's get that hab. I think we're gonna cut this for now. So all of the adaptive frames that we make, we can craft at the bench. Just for the XP. Because the XP we really freaking need right now. So yeah, how about psych on the hab? I tried, and I had the money, but I just could not justify how funny this ship looks. Man, should I have pulled the trigger? Maybe, but ultimately I decided against it. I was going to paint the ship, because I figured it would maybe make this look not so ugly, but ultimately I decided to scrap all this and head to Akila to see if we could pick up some basic mission where we can get the rest of the cash to make this ship look a little nicer.
With due respect, I have repeatedly explained that I do not need permission. I came to you in the spirit of cooperation, but if this is the reaction...
20 years, done this my way, and it has always worked. Always! Why are you trying to fix something that ain't broke?
Okay. Miss Alpin, please don't take any further action until we've had some time to think this over. All right?
We need to be smarter, better in the way we handle the Ashta.
That's a big if, and I'm not about to do a live test of whatever tech she thinks she got. Look, this is getting my blood pressure up talking about this so damn much. You think you can talk some sense into her? Be my guest.
So, you've been talking to Mr. Wilson. I must say that's a rather one-sided description of the situation, and not a particularly diplomatic one. Nor am I in any way attempting to make a statement about the competence of the current security forces and/or apparatus in Akila City. I hope that clears things up. Fantastic. I could really use some help, in fact. Would you be willing to place some sensors for me? That is great news. Just take these and stick them in specific spots in the city along the wall.
So we stumble across a security guard having a conversation with this Lady of Science. Well, we sided with the Lady of Science for now, and take her sensors, run around Akila, and plop them in the ground so she can monitor the Ashta activity. And in my eyes at this point, this seems like a really easy way to make money without murder.
You got some good news, I hope? Well, that's that then. See that guard tower across the way there? I need to get in there. Oh goodness, I really am. The, guard standing outside there, he's not gonna let me in. I need you to distract him.
So I like this lady. I mean, she's got a friendly face, but damn is she needy. So, hey, we're an average citizen, so we gotta play this straight here. We run up the tower to distract this guy, but he ain't budging. So he kinda pissed me off, so I tell him, don't you got anything better than to ride my damn ass, bro? And holy crap, it worked.
Thanks for the assist. Hope you're none too worse for wear. And yet, You have aided in the advancement of science. If you're curious, come back tomorrow. I might even have preliminary findings.
So, another happy customer, and we didn't have to do anything bad. Just average citizen shit going on here, baby. We're 38 hundo richer, so we run back to the shipbuilding pad since we have to wait 24 hours to progress that quest. And we get our transport hab on, baby. Now that we can afford it, for the ship not to look like an absolute vertical stack of ugliness, we make it not so ugly, but still kind of ugly. We gotta add some thruster power, obviously, because the weight is a lot more than it was before. And then a new grav drive so we don't lose a bunch of jump range. And that puts us in Brokesville, baby. But hey, we can do transport missions now, so all good in the hood. It is all good in the hood, baby, because just like that, we are 2 transport modules richer. So we can take up to 2 transport contracts. So actually, Chicky goes back to the planet that she lived on for quite some time before she started to embark in this journey. She remembered that there was a mission board here, and if you remember, this was where we shot the B-roll for episode 1. This is where it all started for her, so full circle. She's coming back here to pick up a couple passengers and bring them to Montera Luna. Now, this is the first transport contract I've ever did, so I didn't know how this worked. Never did it before. So actually, you'll see me go into my ship and check to make sure they're actually on board. Which I can confirm, baby. They are on board and ready to be transported. And right here, popping a level is exactly why we're doing this. We're not doing it for the cash, because it don't pay very well. But the XP in this kind of challenge run is so hard to come by, because we ain't killing nobody, man. We ain't stealing. We're not doing much for XP. So outside of building stuff inside the outpost, there's really not much XP to go around. So with this newfangled cash money, I ain't got no drinks. So we head on over to the vendor, we buy some milk, because at the end of the day, we gotta keep them bones nice and strong. And then we head over to the local bar to check that mission board out while we're at it. And not a whole hell of a lot. I don't got a lot of resources for the big contracts where you need resources. So we take a vaccine job because, hey, vaccines don't weigh that much, and ultimately, my little shrimpy cargo space was enough. So we head on over to Corruptionsville, Hope Town, and we Hope Town it up with the best of them. Drop some vaccines off, hit up the mission board at their local bar, check out what they got, and lo and behold, we got more transport workers. So let's transport them. Let's blast the hell off, because it's time, baby! So how about that scratchy-ass audio from that last voiceover clip, eh? Man, you're a trooper for, sticking with me through that. I could have deleted it, could have retook it, but nah. We gonna show our faults, baby. So here we are on Goonaboo, transporting these mother truckers on over to this industrial post. Let's go ahead and get some more XP.
Ready to go, Captain.
Yep, me too, girl. Me too. So here we are, just gotta jump out of the ship. They jump out of the ship, they're happy campers. Another happy customer. And speaking of happy customers, I'm a customer that wants some polymer. I also want some polytextile. I ain't done, baby. I also want some sterile nanotubes. I'm just gonna go on a little shopping spree here. We'll get some tungsten, we'll get some zero wire. We'll go visit my favorite vendor in the game. And we'll grab some nickel. We will grab some more tungsten. Hey, how about some lead? Because at the end of the day, we're gonna outpost it up here real soon. But let's see what else we can get contract-wise. Let's transport some miners, eh? So this was around the time that I realized my little dinky ship just ain't gonna cut it. We're gonna go ahead and do this bad boy because I'm committed. I gotta get these transport tributes to Buttchagsville. But holy William Shatner, did I mess up here. This is a lot of jumps. We're about to, we're gonna encounter some problems on this journey. That's for darn sure. Yeah, this next jump, not great. Not great. Yeah, you're about to see me absolutely try smoking out of here because this ain't great, baby. We're in Crimson Fleet territory right now. As you can see, I am panic menuing. We need to jump the H out of here ASAP. Good thing they're preoccupied on some dirt bags. We're able to scoot right on out of here. So, upon getting in the system, I have an epiphany as I look at this gas planet. I realize, man, I'm doing a lot of jumping. Why not survey these gas giants? When I'm sitting here complaining about XP, this seems like a really good thing to get some XP. But what I don't take in consideration is I have passengers on board that are on a time limit. So luckily, I don't jack around in this system because there's just nothing to jack around with. But in the future, that may bite me in the butt. So now that we get these people back to their planet here, get our cash, get our XP, I'ma have to head back the way I came and make just as many jumps. So on the way back, I'm gonna hit up some gas planets, scan them, get some XP, hopefully make it down that science tree, get back into the Freestar space, and drop some more outposts, baby. So things get a little speedy here, a little crazy as we move back to the Cheyenne area. We just scan a shat ton of gas giants on our way back. And thank you to whoever gave me that in the comments in the last video. I never even really thought about scanning these gas giants, but some kind citizen got me to level 8 by doing this. And that ain't it. We're going to hit some more levs here as we stumble across these shipping crates, which, pretty nice find, considering I'll take anything that I can get at this point. Like, as you can see, that there's 7 nuclear fuel rods, we got some semi-metal wafers, and then we've got Crimson Fleet as usual. So I scanned that planet in GTFO ASAP, baby. Scan some more gas giants until I get another level, baby. You know, I need to calm down. I'm aware of that. But here as we scan Okaro, get to Romulus, we're greeted with some more shipping crates in our level 9. So, at this point, this is going to be a very viable tool in the future, scanning these gas giants, because ultimately, let's just call it how it is. This ain't going to be the most exciting challenge run in the world, but ultimately, you'll see how I created that massive outpost network on my main account, but we'll do it from scratch on this new character. That's really ultimately what this is going to be all about, as we take botany and zoology finally here since we got our new levels. And we'll also take scanning too, so we're able to see better resources from orbit, so we kind of get a better gauge of where to land. But yeah, I mean, as I run down through here and I scan some plants, scan some animals, because here on Sumati, where we're getting ready to drop an outpost, I want to put husbandries and greenhouses down on this bad boy. Since we got life, it is the prime candidate to get some rock and roll going. And as you can see, that split biome trick paid off. We're about to wrap up 5 resources in 1 outpost. And that draws me back to what I was getting at, you know, because I'm rambling here. This ultimately probably is going to end up a better outpost network than even my main account, because I've learned from my mistakes. I know what works, what doesn't work, and as you can see already, just in the 3 outposts that we dropped so far, I'm making sure that I have 4 to 5 plus resources per outpost. You know, I mean, as you see, we got chlorine, tetrafluorides, chlorosalines, we got copper here, so we finally got our copper planet, but we also got water to run those husbandries. So, we're doing real good here. Crete is right next door, and as you guys know, probably, Crete's a really good planet. And I could have asked for more on this, but really all I want is the lead and the silver here, along with the helium-3. Because we will be tapping into that helium-3 here in the future so we can drop an inter-system cargo link. So this is going to be the planet for that. But ultimately, we gotta go back to our main planet as of now, which is Kodos. We're gonna stuff all of our resources into the frontier so we're not super fat. And we are ultimately gonna collect as many resources as we possibly can on all of our planets, and then get the rest that we need from various vendors to get these 2 outposts set up. But that's gonna all take place in episode 3, because if not, because I'm already sitting on this footage, man, this would be damn near an hour video, and we just can't have that. So tune in for episode 3, coming in 2 weeks, baby! And we are going to, I can already tell you what's going to happen in episode 3. We're going to have both of those new outposts running, but we're also adding another one, which is going to bring us to a total of 5. And we're going to get everything that we have at that point. So all 5 planets. 4 of those planets are going to push all the resources to the 5th planet, so we're going to kind of have like a mini creating the ultimate outpost network inside of this here challenge run. So if you really are kind of like iffy on how I created my main outpost network on my main account, tune in for episode 3, because you are going to learn everything that you need to get all of that started. But anyways, I know this wasn't the most action-packed episode, but hey, we gotta start somewhere, right? You know, a lot of this is grinding up front, but then once we start getting the ball rolling, which we are so darn close, then it is just expansion for days, and you will see the fruits of all of this labor. Anyways, road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. I'm so effing close. Get my old lady off my back, please. Once I get this channel monetized, get like $30 rolling in a month, maybe she'll let me breathe a little bit. So this is the Jimmy Changa kicking it with y'all. I'm out of here.